Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on here today. I haven't been on in a few days. There's been a lot going on, and today I just want to share the part of my journey that my faith is growing. It's kind of up and down depending on what's going on around me, and has been a struggle, but I have learned that I have to continue to cast out fear, and that's what I'm doing. Earlier today, I had great conversation and prayer time with God in the secret place, and moving on, feeling like I'm moving up and moving on to other things and getting closer to Him and releasing things to Him and not trying to pick them back up. A little over 2 years ago when I started this journey, it was about trusting Him. And when I learned, when I was reading my Bible, that He can't lie, that was one of the best sentences I had heard, because my whole life I had bought the lie from the enemy that God didn't want me. God wasn't there for me when I was a little girl. God didn't love me. And I have spent my whole entire life trying to trust person after person after person, and they've let me down. They've lied, they've betrayed me, they've hurt me, they've done damage to my heart, my mind, my soul. They've done things that most people shouldn't ever have to endure. But now that I know it was the enemy working through them, that it was the spiritual warfare, that it's all the things that we don't even see in front of us sometimes. And now I have tools where I can fight against that, and I can pray against that, and I can fight against the enemy. God's given us power and authority over the enemy to trample on snakes and scorpions. And I am going to continue to just smash the enemy every time I get, every chance I get, every time there's doubt that comes in. And like I said earlier today, I had great devotions this morning and spent a lot of time with God today and really released a lot of things. I'm in a very, very stressful situation with deadlines and all kinds of things going on all around me. And I've continued to fight generational curses against lack and poverty, and then not having any doubt. But I don't want to hurt God's feelings anymore. I don't want to disrespect God by doubting Him. So I'm not going to. And I chose between last night and this morning that I'm not going to do that ever again. And literally an hour after I had this great private time with God in the secret place, and before I even finished my prayer, you guys, one of the messages that came through of someone that I listened to was that I'm going to be answering your prayer. I'm going to be succeeding your expectations. Before I was even finished, and the person even shared, you're not even finished praying yet, but God's got you. And then an hour after that, I got a message of something that is being canceled, and I don't have the finances to cover it. Now, before the last 24 hours, I would have panicked and had anxiety and had all kinds of thoughts in my head. And now, 24 hours later, I'm on here to share with whoever hears this message. Do not allow the enemy to attack your mind. Don't let him torment you. Don't let him in. Kick him out anytime you have even that little thought. Because I am believing in God. I am counting on God. I know He cannot lie. I know that He will not just tease me and bring me right up to the edge. He even says, and I don't know which scripture it is, but that just like a person in labor getting up to the delivery, God doesn't bring you all the way that way and go, oh yeah, peace, I'm out. I'm done here. Oh, I don't have time for you now. He doesn't do that. So my whole entire life, I have trusted the enemy. I have believed the enemy. I have given the enemy way more credit than he ever deserved. In the last 24 hours and going forward, never again. Never again. I have peace right now because I have faith. And even though my faith is being stretched, I'm counting on God. I'm counting on God that I will be testifying very soon that he is faithful and that he wants the best for me. Like Jeremiah 29:11. I have plans for you to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a future. He wants us to have abundance. He wants us to be able to bless others. He wants us to be able to enjoy all of the things that he's put here for us. He doesn't want me just to sit and endure and hope that maybe things will go right when I'm sitting there doubting and being kicked around by the enemy all over the place. No, I'm out of the boxing ring. I knocked out the enemy. He's done. I am no longer believing in him. So I just want to be able to share that whoever listens to this, just know in your heart, believe God, trust God. He is the creator. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He is the one that created all of this. He is the one that owns it all. It's all his. It's not the enemy's. The enemy is smoke and mirrors and wants you to think that. The enemy wants us to feel down and be discouraged and doubt God. And when he sits there and laughs and makes fun of us, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to hurt God's feelings. I don't want to be separated from him by my mind, my choices, to give the enemy credit for trash, for garbage, for things that aren't true. And I learned in the last few days that it says, do not be afraid, 365 times in the Bible. That's one for each day of the year. But I'm not going to be afraid because he gave me authority over the enemy. So like I said, I knocked out the enemy and I walked out of the boxing ring. I'm not going to be knocked around anymore. I'm choosing God, and I'm choosing to have my faith that he delights in, and that's the only way to please him is to have faith. And that's what I'm choosing. No more lies. And you guys, the best part is that God can't lie. He can't lie. So I know I'll be back on here in a few days to be able to testify of the amazing things that God has just done in my life. And he can do it in a moment. He can do it in a blink of an eye. A lightning strike. He can do it overnight. He can do whatever he wants because he's God. So just have peace and joy, knowing, and his joy is our strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Something else that's in the Bible. Sorry, I don't know the scripture verses, but I know it's there. And I know that he can't lie. So I'm going to go with that. I hope y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.